and welcome back to part 17 of my playthrough of Astroneer. Um, I had to restart the stream, made a whoopsie daisy in the first 5 minutes, and was not about to let that just slide. So, anywho, we're back. Last we left, we were getting a paver ready for this rover on part 16. So we are in the process of making it. We have, I made this part in the 5 minutes that you won't see. It's the only 5 minutes that's been removed from the entirety of this entire playthrough. I slipped up and I said something, and so I removed it. It wasn't bad, it was just I don't have this flagged for language, and I let slip one word, and I was like, oops. And I wanted to, Astroneer is a clean game, so I want to keep it a clean stream for the most part. You know, I might talk about some other stuff, but I'm not talking about anything harmful to, but people's opinions may vary. So I wanted to go back and right my wrong and just restart it. That way I didn't have to worry about tarnishing the perfect run so far of, not slipping up like that. And if I have slipped up, I need someone to call it out and put markers on it so I can figure out what to do. Anywho, so yes, we just need silicone and the aluminum alloy that I made off screen. We'll call it off screen. It's the only time anything's been done off screen. It bummed me out too. I was like, man, I've been doing so good. I was apologizing for the erratic streaming schedule. I'm not in a position where I can make a solid schedule at the moment, and it would be arrogant of me to just, hey, watch me play at these very specific times, or don't watch at all. And I'm just playing a game. I'm not doing anything amazing. I'm not trying to be like the world's hardest level on Mario Maker or anything like that. I'm playing a game because I'm bored and there's nothing else to do. So it's like, I don't know. There's no schedule to fun, I guess. I don't know how to state it. Anyway, doesn't matter. One day when I have more projects, I might have a more solid, like, outline of a schedule. Like, the bones will be there, but I doubt I'll ever have, like, a solid, like, Thursdays is, Helldivers, and it's like, I mean, I would love to have a schedule, but the moment you have a schedule, it literally becomes work. Clock in, clock out. And I do not want something I enjoy to ever feel like work. Because then it kind of defeats the whole purpose. Okay, I think we are good to go. Now, I would like to stay. I want to slap a bunch more of these on here to capture other ingredients, but ammonium would be lovely. So we're prioritizing ammonium above all others. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna go around the equator, activating the gateway chambers and creating one just major road as like a landmark for future projects. They'll probably just be like post-stream projects, but it's stuff I do. I don't know, it helps, makes me feel better about it. A lot less lost, a lot easier transportation in the end. So anyway, let us get to it. We have our drill, our paver, our dirt canisters. We're gonna have to, once we get dirt in there, they will be able to make use of the paver. Anything that we pick up will get dropped on here, and it is going to get filled up real quick. and we just want the ammonium to get sorted out of that and put in here. So I will probably have to probably will have to make a couple stops to clean this out every once in a while. If I had like all the different types of naturally occurring stuff on here in these chambers, it wouldn't be a big deal. Like I could just get by with one of these and then one for each type, and it would automatically sort out until it was full. Unless I hit like a huge patch and then it has to do a lot of sorting. Then it doesn't like that. Okay, so that way would be west. Or north obelisk is that way. And that way is east. We're gonna head through the western sky. Actually, what we're gonna do is we're gonna drive to that purple dot and then we'll activate and begin paving. Activate the chamber and then begin paving. Now, I wish you could add some of the drill mods, like the wide mod, the boost mod, all the other stuff, to this setup. It'd be really cool, especially the alignment mod. I think that would be the most important one, because then you could actually have roads that curve with the planet. Oh, these planets are not flat. They are round. Just wanted to make sure everybody knew. Yeah. I'm gonna go activate our first chamber. And then that should set our course for the next chambers. And we'll just make a road. I like making roads too, because then the next time you drive on them, like you're not having to carefully weave in and out of everything. You just floor it, and you can take something much faster. I could dig my way into there, but I'm trying not to. I don't want to do any unnecessary digging at the moment. Reason being, because it's going to put down a road at the same exact time, and I don't want to. You'll see. It will be quite obvious why I didn't do certain things whenever I mess up later. They'll be like, oh yeah, that's what. Yeah, that makes perfect sense why I didn't do it. Yeah, I wouldn't have done it either if it was gonna turn upside down and put dirt everywhere. Okay, so now we gotta find the plug-in. This is another thing that can happen. Sometimes your gateway chambers can be spawned inside mountains, or because they're supposed to be spawned at specific elevations. Each one of the chambers. Ah, here we are. Do I like that it is, oh man. Completely submerged? No, I do not. Is it a little convenient? It might be. Yeah, it might be a little convenient. That sounds like graphite. That was graphite. These gateways become, on my little highway system, they become like little landmark road map stuff. Oh man, this chamber's got graphite. Turn them into packages before we leave. Okay. Pardon me. Should be. There we go. That's what I wanted. We can bring back some medium scrap. More research objects for the setup now too. I don't need that tether. Alright, so we pull our paver off, and we pull our drill off, and that exposes a socket. We take that socket, and we plug it up into the gateway chamber, and if we meet the power requirements, and can stay meeting the power requirements, that's the important part. It's not important just to meet the minimum, you know, like 2 units per second or whatever. Like, let's say hypothetically this one's 4 units per second. I could have the 4 units per second, or like I could have it all saved up in batteries, but I'd have to be able to maintain it for the entire duration of this little animation. And sometimes you can run out, and on the more difficult planets, that is very important. Alright, this gateway chamber has been activated. Note that it is now nice and pretty. Rewards, is it just bites? Yep, we love bites. Bites, bites, bites. Alright, and what it did was it activated a node. And these tell you exactly, like there's the North Pole, there's the South Pole. So my plan is to go from this node to this node to this node to this node, and then back all the way over. And then we're going to dig a road from base to nearby the core, because there's some I want to set up near the core, not in the core. That nightmare. I don't like building in the core. I don't like doing anything in the core. Okay, so we have one of the 4 equatorial. There it is. That's what we want. So we're going to use the night sky, that purple dot, and our ability to think creatively. Oh, to accidentally get out of the vehicle. Okay, so there are a few lines to note. The red on the interface for the drill on the rover. The red line indicates, from my understanding, where the drill is currently being tilted, oriented, pointed, whatever. And when you turn it on, it's going to start digging at that angle. The white midline represents level with the current ground under the rover. This can change. If I'm on an uneven surface while driving, it can start getting really erratic and it can go up and down. It is not the measurements on the drill, or the instruments on the drill, the whatever, they're not linked to a perpendicular line off the core, meaning that this is only this ground. The only reason like why it's quote unquote flat, perfect, is because we're on the gateway chamber. But once we get out and about, you should start seeing what I'm talking about, especially when we go back over the roads or go by an area that I've did the road on. It'll be nice and like roady, but it'll be like you'll see that it was not done by a professional. Alright, one last tip before we do this. Because the gateway chambers, the purple dots on our compass, all that is well and good, but what I like the most is when I get a road that does exactly what I want it to and connects exactly where I want it to with as little bends and as turns as possible. Reason being, you know, I've already mentioned it, we're going to set up trains. We're doing trains, people. At some point we're going to have trains. And trains like straight lines. Sometimes I like to curve, but trains like what button? Oh my goodness. That is the second time. Okay, so as you can see, it consumes dirt and then re-adds the dirt back, all in the same motion. The back tires are higher than the front, so it's going to be like what we want. We've got ourselves aimed kind of weirdly, but we should be able to straighten it out. Basically, we're aiming towards something. Later if I feel like it's important enough, but let's keep going. Now, another note, the circle or whatever, all that is not represented from the rover's seat. It is represented from a middle line along the middle of the rover. And so you have to keep that in mind. If you constantly adjust your vehicle to match the orientation or whatever, you're going to be constantly turning right or left depending on your rover speed. And that's another thing too, your camera. Now, there may be a setting where this part a lot easier, like untethering the camera from the vehicle direction. I don't know. But either way, it's no big deal. And whatever. What I used to do was literally, one of the first things I would do when I would get on the planet was I would create a tether line from the North Pole to the South Pole, go around the belt, and then go from the pole to all the belt nodes, and the opposite pole to the belt nodes, basically creating a web around my entire planet. And I would jump off that main line, that was basically my main artery. And I would jump off that artery to go to specific resources that I flagged with colored mediums. Then I learned I could just build roads and get familiar with the sky, and I wouldn't need to rely on an elaborate system of beacons, signals that only I know. And it's fun. I like that. Played the game in preschool where I made roads on a little mountain. Well, actually, oh. It's like the first colored monitors I've not ever seen. My dad had one, but I'm trying to remember what game it was. Basically, you could solve math problems and right or Alright. Or whatever it was. It may have been a word problem. I'm trying to, I want to say it was a sentence thing. Depending on how well you did that sentence, directly was reflected into how well you built that road. You had to do it in a specific order. You couldn't just slap anything anywhere. That's a core memory that's in there. Deep from like kindergarten. I will say I'm in the early 90s. So, do the math. But I'm taking a drink. Have my hand off the steering wheel. Pen and table. There's that ammonia on it. Too bad it's not right in line with the thing, but it's okay. I haven't had to do this for the past 19 streams. Like, oh man, censoring myself today is hard. I don't know why. Y'all don't know the circumstances, but you'd think it'd be easier given the circumstances. Put it this way, a lot less stress here recently in our personal lives. And, you know, that's all. Alright, making my road. Well, yeah. Okay. And when you get out, it cuts it off. And here we are again. Gateway chamber number, I don't know which number it was. They're all numbered. I've obviously been here before because that's popped out. So, let's charge this one up. Move on to the next one. Yay! Now, I also want to show a nice little feature now that we've unlocked 2 gateway chambers. And one of the reasons why I used to... Okay, so we went around the bottom. Okay, that's fine. 3 to 1. Okay, so this is what? 2, 3, 4. South, north. Okay. They unlock a fast travel now. A little glitchy on the first run, usually. And then ta-da! There's where we started our road. And I'm gonna clean that up. Why does it do that? I mean, the surface I'm standing on is flatter. Whatever. Doesn't matter, doesn't matter, doesn't matter. We're here to demonstrate the road. Yeah, nice. Not having to worry about anything getting in the way. We are booking it across the map. Love it. Oh. You could race the sun. See, and that little area back there is a little bumpy. If I wasn't on the hoverboard, all those little bumps would matter. I'd, going fast enough. So obviously, you can launch yourself into the sky. But yep. And there you have it. That is section 1. I was on the fence about whether or not I should just pause it and do the rest of the roads. But I decided not to do that because like what if I find something cool? What if I think of something? I don't want to have to blah 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 excuses. So I decided I'm just going to record it as part of it. I wanted to do all of it anyway. Selected one. Oh well. Alright, before we get started, let's go ahead and clean out some of this organic, in case I happen to spot anything cool. And yeah, our dark canisters. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I don't know if it tells us how many. Yeah, 24. It's basically equivalent to 24 cans of dirt, right? And so 2 cans of dirt fills it up and makes 8 organic or compound or whatever. So 8 times 24, times 2. Yeah. Good little math. Or 24 ammonium, 24 ammonium, or 48 ammonium, which is divided by 2, 24 hydrazine. Divide that by 2, 12 graphene. Divide that by 2, 12 diamonds. So, I mean, it's like it all. There's a reason I did it. I know it might seem kind of stupid or like a waste of a slot to some. In theory, I could put a booster on the back of this, and just while I'm digging every now and then, just give it a little tap, and it would speed me along, but my road would eventually be a little narrower and more uneven. And that's fine, but I like things to at least look like I tried to make it look like I made an effort. Trying to make sure I stay on the ground. I don't like having big old floating bridges that can go across the sky like arches. I thought I would at one point, but then I was like, ew, kind of gross looking. I don't like it. Dirty, busy, crowded. I used to actually take the paver everywhere I go. And it's kind of like having, I don't know, it definitely shows you, I don't know how to describe this. It's just, it's horrific after a while because you're like, oh man, I need to make a better system because I have little snail trails everywhere. And that's basically what it is. Snail trails, just, clear indication of what you've been, except it's all in the sky. And yes, you can dig a bridge to the sky. And that was one of the kinda one of the bonus things I was gonna do. Not cool. Not the cool idea. You should there's the beam. Hey, stop it, stop it. One little resource node hit the tire. You have to back up. Get out of the way. And another reason why we're doing the whole taking the time to do the road thing is for more bites. Bites, bites, bites. In fact, when I notice we're not gaining any bites, I will speed back to base and refill it. Bites, bites, bites. Like bites. Line up. Yeah. Oh no, too high. Too low now. Ugh. That's why I wish there was a way to lock it to the curvature. Lock the angle of the drill to the curvature. That way, no matter if you were pushing forward or backwards, it would just act like, I don't know, sandpaper or something. It would, like, literally, it wouldn't do like nothing would change. Set it depth. Like, I want it, 1 foot off the ground, all the way around, and then you just do it. Keep on forgetting to hit the button instead. And that's a lot of dirt too. Like, I know how I feel about dirt. Very vocal about my opinions of dirt. I feel like this right. Oh, so nice. So never have to worry about that. Almost perfectly made that bridge too. Oh, look at that! Look at that! Another good one. No. Hit your turn off button, not. Up. I command the dirt to go up. Good enough. Nope, now I must go down. Now I must redo it. Perfect. Alright, gateway number 3. Check our research. Oh, wait. There is a reason why we're doing all of them too, instead of just driving straight to them instead of taking a... Oh, and we're out of bikes, so we will be skateboarding home. In fact, I'm gonna do that. Wow, that does this. Oh, wait. Forgot I didn't have the jetpack on me. Burned it up. We're not far from base. Ammonium! Can we try not to die? Oh, I'm gonna be digging through the side of a mountain. I will not know if I've made it home until I've literally pierced through the other side of the mountain. That is gonna be a little intense, actually. I remember this place. Okay. Oof. That's gonna be a fun one to dig a road up to, I'll tell you. Woo! I just did a 360 in the air too, unintentionally. Cool. Radical. Okay, now we're back. Onwards. Woo. Is that the? No, it's pointing me towards the North Pole. There it is. I know. Don't do this to me. I'm so glad that was recorded on stream. That's one of those examples about, I was talking about earlier, about things can get a little out of hand. Like, we just launched ourselves, I don't know, 100 feet. Trying to barely make a turn and flip. 57-point turn. Thank you. Get re-lined up. Okay. Back on track. Earlier, I skateboarded across the entire planet right here. Fast traveled back to that node that was really close to the house. White blue ring slowly filling up as we collect and spend our dirt. But I used to think one canister was enough, but sometimes when you're digging underground, trying to dig like the perfect dig mode, you end up at these huge gaps, and you just have your digging tool and you don't have a paver, you'll end up, in a situation where you need to build a road. You don't have a lot of dirt. You can't build a road, you can't build a bridge, you can't do nothing. You gotta hope. Actually, you can't even hope. There's nothing you can do. If you don't have any of those stuff, there's really not much else you can do. Turn around, rethink the plan. Manually, painstakingly scoot the vehicle up an inch, build some roads, scoot it up another inch, build some more roads. With your terrain tool, that would still be excessive. Okay, so the region tag just said mountain, so if I dip too far down, it should undo the mountain. So all I need to do is keep this thing relatively level while slowly tilting down. Just trust. Dirt. Coming out the top soon. Oh, close. Come on. Yeah. Right at ground level. Oh man, that's good. Obviously. I wouldn't have reacted that way if I hated it that way. No, I just hated the idea. Okay, so we're clogged up with some organic. That's fine. Haven't really seen anything noteworthy, but I'm also trying to hurry and at least get this stuff done before the end of this stream. I'm not even going to make the whole... I'm just going to make the north and south road from the closest obelisk from base. And go from there. Just build this road straight to it and be done. I should have time. Actually, how much time we got? Maybe 13 minutes. How much time do I have for personal stuff? About 13 minutes. Yeah, that'll be fine. Alright, so... There it is. Nope, 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 nope. Oh, I took the drilling stuff off. Whew. This is a very expensive drill to just be leaving behind. I'm just saying, it's made out of titanium alloy and diamonds. Since those are two of the closest ones, until I find the perfect line, it's going to keep swapping back and forth. But it's also a good indicator that I am exactly on the equator. Not only is the sky confirming it, the compass is confirming it too by just a little bit of drift from where to the other. Keep this line, I can come up on it soon. No, don't do that to me. Finally shows up, but come on. Repolish. What are you doing? Look at that. Look how bumpy that is. It'd be a sick road for, yeah. Hoverboard treats you. Okay. Oh wait, that was research. Research. Don't need you, don't need you, don't need you. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. Oh, another thing too, how you point your drill, that also matters. If it's spitting out organic on this side, or whatever else, and it's like bouncing off your paver and going up under your vehicle, it could get in the way. You want it to shoot out of the way. Clear of the tire, hopefully. I wish it shot out with more force, like it would like jettison it further out. That would have never had to worry about it. Never a problem. But if I knew how to make my own game, I would. Actually, I do know how to make a game. I just don't. Lazy. I have 1,000 different things in my head. Just got no one with the skills to pull the trigger on it. Like, you know, an artist, for example, an actual legit someone who can draw. That'd be amazing. Someone who could. I mean, I can write. I can write really well. I can. I used to make really good grades on everything that was wrote. My first ever actual essay that I ever did for college, my English professor had said, like, why are you in this one? Because this is like starter English. And I was like, it was required for my major. And she was like, oh, well, you definitely don't, like, you're, like, that was one of the best things I've ever received for the first essay of the year. It was literally like the first thing, like, just write an essay. You know, basically, what do you hope to get out of college? You know, and I basically was like, man, hope to make friends, learn stuff, and just expose myself to more ideas and thoughts and people, cultures, stuff like that. Like that's what it's for, is it not? All of those learning, exposure, community, friendship, all that stuff. And so like that's when I wrote my little essay, story, whatever, narrative. Yeah, she wrote on it. She was very impressed, and I made it through that class just fine. Up until there was one research paper that was due, and I was unable to turn it in due to circumstances outside of my control. And because of that, I received a grade that did not allow me to continue my scholarship. And that is that story. Hopefully I didn't waste too much time. We got 5 minutes. We can probably get one. Yeah, we get. Let's go North Pole. North Pole. North Pole, really fast. You ain't even gotta follow the sky. We just gotta keep the end and purple dot lined up. For the most part. We're not gonna circumnavigate the globe. We're just gonna run straight there, turn around, come back. Trying to get these points activated. Doubt that I'll be able to get it. I'll probably open it so they can get it activated. Or activating the South Pole, probably. Actually, it really all depends on the sequence of events happening in my personal life today. If I end up with some time, I'll do it. I'll get it done today. Part 18 will be up. We'll be almost done with Silva, quote unquote. And moving on to the rest of the soul to get more, quote unquote, intimate with each planet. We spent a lot of time on Silva. Silva feels good to us, but Silva is also the easiest planet and a great home base. However, its access to resources is, you know, I mean, copper and zinc. Two really, really awesome things, however, compared to titanium and iron. I mean, those more. The only thing that's going to be drawn out if we wanted to finish the game are hard resources that I won't get too far into, but each planet requires resources for something. and we've already built the main mechanism for delivering power to each gateway. So all we gotta do is just replicate, reproduce, and go back. And if it requires twice as much power, we use twice as many RTGs. So the build up for the core gameplay is over. We are now in the process of working on the quote-unquote overall goal of the game. Now, will we make improvements along the way? Oh yeah. A few more things I'd like to do. In fact, I even had an idea where I might not even need to make roads anymore. I mean, I'd make roads just so I can know where I am on the planet at all times without having to constantly reference one thing or the other. I can just be like, oh, okay. I'm on the road that I had to stop 5 times to clean up shells off the road so I can try to get the stream done. Yeah. And every now and then you'll come across like, okay, so I was digging through a mountain one time, and I come out one side of the mountain to like a gully inside the mountain. It was really pretty. It had one of these little blue forest areas in it, but it was basically like a hillside of a mountain that opened up into another huge hillside of a mountain, and in between there was just a really low gully. And I was trying to, stay as flat as I can, but couldn't, and so I ended up creating a nice little short bridge across that gully, and it ended up looking really nice. I was really happy with it. We're gonna angle this one up a little bit. I got a feeling that tower is not on the ground. That's gonna float a few feet somewhere off the mountain. Looks like we're going to have to dig it out. Try and get this activated before the end of the stream. Alright. Thank you for watching. We have 1 node left on Silva. Well, actually, we have 2 nodes left on Silva. One on the surface to activate, and we will activate that in part 18. I hope you've enjoyed watching. I've enjoyed having you here. Hopefully I can get this part 18 up very soon. Thank you again.